Your friend in Central Illinois. WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest in studio today, Taylor Baxter, City Administrator for the City of Farmer City. Taylor, how are you, my friend?
Hi, Seth. I'm good. How are you?
I am well. Appreciate you making time and making the trip down to Clinton to see us. And City of Farmer City, Taylor, what's going on? I always go back to the line you gave me last time. It was like everything's kind of bubbling below the surface, and eventually it's just all going to come up all at once. So what's been going on?
Yeah, there's a lot of that happening right now. Just within our last two meetings, projects have continued to move forward. I mean, I pulled up the agenda from our last meeting, and we have quite a few stuff that, I mean, our budget got passed at the last meeting in April, so we haven't discussed really much of that. But yeah, a lot of projects are moving forward. We had a police contract that got approved at last night's meeting, which is something. But yeah, there's Washington Street, there's I-74, there's the Washington Street sewer main. Then we had a random manhole replacement that got thrown in there because there was about 30 feet of concrete that was found. You can't line a sewer line when you got concrete blocking it. So that randomly came up. I mean, there's just, my mind is all over the place, all these different projects that are happening. But
so what's top of mind for you right now?
Yeah. So Washington Street in particular, that's seen the most activity.
Okay. Remind us what's going on there.
Yeah, we have a project happening with the water main just replacement. It's not even getting repaired, it's getting completely replaced. But when we're getting ready to do the sewer lining, that was another project on Washington Street. Like I just mentioned, they found concrete in there. So there's a little wrinkle. The manhole replacement had to happen first before they could line it. So the manhole has been completely replaced. That was a $55,000 just, hey, we need to figure out how to do this type of expense. And so they got the manhole done. They are doing the water main as we speak. Like they are going through all of it. The road shut down and people have been notified, hey, we're under a boil order because I think somebody accidentally hit something yesterday. And so that's happening. Then the sewer lining happens. Then last night we went to council for the next step for IDOT to use MFT funds to completely redo that street. So we went out to the engineer's estimate is like $260,000 to redo the street. So Washington Street is a mess, but it's long overdue, and we're happy to move forward with that.
Now, where does Washington Street run there in Farm City?
Yeah, so it's off of it's off of 54. It's kind of on the south end of town. It'd be kind of southwest-ish. Yeah, so Washington Street from 54 to Water Street.
Okay, gotcha. Very good. So that's moving along, and that'll be a nice little addition. Any other projects that are starting to take off or move forward?
Yeah, so I-74 has dirt moved there now finally. So we've talked about that project a lot. So there's kind of two separate things happening out there. The city's side of extending the utilities, which is water, sewer, and electric, and then also Tabling Development, who is putting the apartment complexes in there along with a light commercial. So on this project specifically, it's extending the utilities, and they've got the lift station fittings started. Weather's been kind of crappy for that, so it's just been a lot of rain. So and that's the lowest point of that property, which is why they put the lift station there. So it's really, they've been pumping out water, and so, but the earth is moving over there, and it's good. So it's really exciting.
Where's this at off 54 or off 74?
So it is right off of the interstate. So the main exit coming into town, you know, let's say you're coming from, and I'll just take, for example, because I'm always coming from north. If you're coming from north to south, you get off the exit to Farmer City. You would take a left instead of going into town. You'd turn right, you take a left. It's right on the, what would that be? On the east end of the interstate. So
gotcha. Like on the north side of the interstate.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
And so you're doing Apartment complex.
Yep.
How many units?
So there's going to be
in-
16. So
Oh, wow. Big one.
two 8-unit
Okay.
complexes.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Nice.
Yeah.
And then light commercial?
We
Yeah.
don't know what that's going to entail yet. I know that Tabling has been having conversations with folks.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I could compare it similar to if folks are thinking about Clinton specifically. You got the Jimmy Johns, you got the Monocles, kind of like a complex like that, where it's 2 or 3 businesses within, a little shared building type thing.
Yeah, sure. That makes sense. Very good. Very good. Taylor Baxter, City Administrator for the City of Farmer City, our guest in studio today. Taylor, one thing I didn't put on your radar before we got started, but it just came to my mind. I had Kurt Homan in yesterday, and I ran into him at the county board meeting a few weeks ago. The county is going to invest in a feasibility study for a hotel, one in Clinton, one in Farmer City. I don't know how involved you are with that or how much you know, but do you mind following up with us on that?
Yeah, Kurt and I've talked about it a little bit, just more high level. Hey, there's somebody that's interested, and we're looking to see if this is a feasible thing for Farmer City. And we're super excited about it. We've talked about potential, just, hey, what would it look like if it was on the interstate, or hey, how much land do they really need? So I think this feasibility study is going to help just put some real numbers to just, hey, I think there's a need for Farmer City, but then also like, yeah, there actually is a need for this. So this feasibility study, we're excited for it. We're thankful that the county is going to be helping with that. And whatever comes out of it, it's good to always have good data. And that's what these studies do. Because when you do go out to, if you want to try to get a grant, if you have some of this back end work done already to show, hey, like this is needed here, they're more likely to provide you funds for that. So we're excited about it.
You spoke to the need. One of the areas Kurt talked about, particularly in Clinton, was the recent manufacturing development with a couple new manufacturers in the community, and them hosting and people coming to the community for that, on top of just the general need, I think, of things like Farm Progress Indicator. I've talked to people there that they stay as far away as like Dwight, from what I've heard. So anyways, speak to the need for a hotel in Farmer City. Where do you see that need?
Yeah, we have one right now, and they do a good job. And I drove by there late last night, and I mean, there's electric utility vehicles there. I mean, they seem like they're busy all the time with contractors, with folks that are doing business in and around central Illinois. And being the location that we are in Farmer City, we're a great spot, because if you got something happening in Champaign, if you got something happening in Bloomington Normal, we're smack dab in the middle of it. And I think a lot of this development that's happening out by the interstate, this is really going to just snowball into some really, really awesome stuff. So yeah, we're open to it. We have the infrastructure, and the really unique thing about Farmer City, and I keep hitting this, is we own the electric utility, and there's so much volatility with just the electric rates all over the country, and demand, and your data centers. And Farmer City's in a really unique place because we control that, where some of these other communities, they're kind of left up to these third parties, and they can't really do anything about it. So how
is that an advantage to you all, and why does that matter to a hotel developer?
Yeah, it's huge, because we're able to work out different rates. We control that. We have different deals with let's say the school district, and I'm not saying that's going to happen with a hotel developer, but the opportunity for us to be creative with that and help people with it is huge. Just like with tabling development, like with a lot of municipalities have water and sewer. Okay, throw the electric in there. That's something that would have to come out of their pocket and then get reimbursed, whereas we're the ones doing it. Like there's no expense on the developer side. We see that this is a need, they're investing lots of money in this, we control it. So it's huge. It's a huge advantage for Farmer City. Absolutely.
Does that cost, though, then get passed on to the other consumers in Farmer City, say the residents who may not have that bargaining power?
Yeah. So we have different rates for different, just like, commercial versus residential. So we have a lot of capacity within our lines. I think that we're talking about this yesterday. I think we're able to produce, I think, 11 megawatts. And right now we're only at like 5 or 6.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
we have a lot of wiggle room in there where no, that doesn't get passed on to other folks because we're in a really good spot.
I see. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. A lot happening in Farmer City. Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Do we know where a hotel would go at this point? I think you mentioned you don't.
We don't. I think as close as you can get to the interstate, that's always going to be an attraction to folks because if they're just there, short term, they just want to get on the interstate and go. So that would be my guess, but I have no idea.
Yeah, sure. Well, I know that study Kurt mentioned would be done by potentially the end of May, maybe June-ish. So you should get that info pretty quick.
That's great.
Yeah, and maybe move along. So
yeah,
very good. Well, on that note, Taylor, let's break. Come back with some more. Taylor Baxter, City Administrator for the City of Farmer City, my guest in studio. More to come with Taylor on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW.
Let's check the opening numbers now at the Chicago Board of Trade on this Tuesday. I'm Jim Taylor on the RFD Radio Network. We start the day lower with corn, beans, and Chicago wheat. Make corn opening 470.5, down 3 1/4. July corn down 4 1/4, 481.5. December new crop $5.75, down 3 3/4. May beans down a nickel, 12.02.5. July beans down 8, 12.14 3/4, and November new crop $11.90 1/4, down 6 1/2. May Chicago wheat 624.5, down a nickel. May KC wheat is unchanged, 682.5. May bean meal 320.10, down 60 cents. May bean oil up 13 cents, 78.15. Energy market July Brent crude oil down 313, 111.31. Looking at the opening numbers on this Tuesday morning, I'm Jim Taylor on the RFD Radio Network.
This is Inside.
Baum Chevrolet Buick offers full transportation options while giving you peace of mind. This is Scott Baum from Baum Chevrolet Buick here in Clinton. This is what we do every day. We listen to you, give you options for routine maintenance, major mechanical problems, or collision repairs with a staff that's knowledgeable to find the best option for you. Baum Chevrolet Buick, your full-service dealer. See us at baumchevybuick.com right from the start.
Spring just has a way of putting a little more energy into everything. Brighter days, warmer air, and more reasons to get out and enjoy it. Your home should keep up with that. At Hickory Point Garden Homes, you'll have your own one-story duplex with bright open spaces, a private patio, and neighborhood walking paths just outside your door for that perfect stroll in the spring sunshine. You can spend less time managing your home and more time enjoying the warm spring days ahead. See what that feels like at Hickory Point Garden Homes in Forsyth, Illinois, and step into comfortable living for 55 and better.
Once again, good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Again, my guest in studio today is Taylor Baxter, City Administrator for the City of Farmer City. Taylor, as we chat here for this morning, I know the America 250th celebration in Farmer City was something we floated a few weeks or a few months ago when we talked last. How about just where that process is at? What's going on in Farmer City as it relates to America 250th?
Yeah, still no concrete plans in place yet, but there is certainly a lot of chatter from a lot of different groups. So the city is supportive of that, and we've heard things from different organizations. Hey, we're thinking about putting on a parade. We're thinking about doing this, and however the city can help that. I know that we've ordered. I think we had an order of 50 different American flags and a couple of unique, 250 flags. If something were to happen, we're excited just to be a part of it.
Sure.
And I know Clinton is. I've seen them on here a lot, and they've got a lot of really good stuff happening. And so nothing concrete yet, but we're still kind of in that planning phase and figuring out who's going to be responsible for what. But the city is totally supportive of it and want to get involved somehow.
I know Heritage Days comes up here in a few weeks yet now. Memorial Day right around the corner for this year. How about that?
Yeah, that's going to be exciting. That Randy Hauser's coming. I forget the other band name and they're popular group too. And yeah, just a lot of really fun stuff with the rodeo, with the fair that's happening, and all sorts of really, really fun stuff. It's a good time for Farmer City for sure.
Remind me just what Heritage Days is all about, the celebration, what goes on there.
Yeah, so and I wasn't able to attend it last year, but at one point it was downtown Farmer City, and they since moved it out to the fairgrounds. And like I said, they have rodeo, they have the carnival that's out there, they have concerts that are happening. It is just a fun time. I think there's a community meal that happens there, vendor show, all sorts of really fun stuff where people get together, and a car show, I believe, too, that night. So,
sure. Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, it brings thousands of people to Farmer City without a doubt.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, so that comes up. Is that Memorial Day weekend, or is it the weekend before? I can't remember now.
So I have the 9th and 10th in my head, but it's not this weekend. 16th and 17th.
Let me
So
see
that
when
would
they're.
be
I've
Memorial-
got your folks coming on. Let me pull up
Yeah.
my schedule, see when they are in.
That's bad. I should know this.
Let's see. They are coming in the 21st, which makes me think maybe it's the 22nd through 24th.
Yeah, because those dates sound familiar with the concert. So yeah. Yep.
Cool.
I think you're correct.
All right.
Yep.
Glad I could help, Taylor.
Yeah. Hey, glad you know what's going on. It's only on our board that I see every single day that I put on the sign, and I totally blanked on what the date was.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. Sure. Well, I know, Taylor, that unfortunately I am now limited once again in my interactions with you, my friend. What's going on here?
Yeah. Really not sad news, because what I'm going to be doing is I'm super excited for it, but submitted my letter of resignation to Farmer City at the last meeting. They approved that. And I'm moving into a ministry position with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. And it's been something kind of God's been working on my heart behind the scenes for the last couple of years, and wasn't something that I was looking for. I'm extremely happy in Farmer City. This is a great position, and super excited for the opportunity that God's placing on my heart to serve Him. And I'm going to be working at different school districts and working with coaches and discipling athletes and coaches to have a better relationship with God. So
That's
I'm
cool.
excited for it.
Yeah, I know FCA is really growing in high schools and such, and all parts of the country. So that's really neat.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I ask how'd you get hooked up with that?
Yeah. So we didn't have this. So I graduated from Fieldcrest High School, and we didn't have this, but I've heard of it. So the area director, his name is Isaac Steidinger, and I almost bought a house from Isaac probably 10 plus years ago. So I've known him. He was an athletic director at Woodland and then at Lexington too. So I've just known him through the athletic world. But I ran into him just randomly 5 months ago in Panera, and just, hey, what are you doing? And he told me what he's doing, and we stayed in contact a little bit, and there's just one random night I'm like, I wonder what FCA's got going on, to try to just be a part of it as a volunteer, and ended up seeing they had an area rep position open. And it wasn't something that I was searching out or just, hey, I need to get out of Farmer City. It wasn't that case at all. It's just like, holy smokes, God has given me ability to speak with people and relate to athletes, and that's just been such a big part of my life is sports. And just one thing led to another. We had lunch one day and had good conversations with their board, and ended up getting the position.
That's cool. That's really neat. Well, I hope you excel in that
thank
spot.
you.
That's cool. That's a really, really neat opportunity to be around high school sports in that capacity. So
Yeah. And it's not a thing where I'm just going to a different community and I'm just gonna, I'm tired of DeWitt County. It's not that at all. This is a completely different calling and career path, something that I've never done before ever. And
did you ever see yourself in ministry, by the way?
Weirdly, yes, but also not really sure how that was going to happen. Public speaking doesn't bother me, doesn't scare me. It's not a fear that I have. I've always grown up in the church, and I know that God has given me the ability to really relate to athletes and young people. So it's kind of morphed into that, just just by life happening.
Mhm.
So did I ever think I was going to be in ministry? No. But as doors have opened and conversations have happened, it's a clear indication. Yeah, this is the direction I need to go.
Sure. Well, what's next for Farmer City in terms of your position?
Yeah, so they've had one interview. They actually had one last night, and I know that they haven't done the full out recruitment yet. The individual who's kind of helping us behind the scenes, he's kind of getting names, literally just people contacting, hey, I heard Farmer City is open again. And so I think they're still going to continue to have a couple more interviews, but they want to make a decision here quickly.
Sure.
So my last day is July 31st, and I've committed to them, like I'm willing to work all the way up until that day to help kind of pass this baton along.
Sure.
Because they've been great to me and super thankful for everything they've done. So I want to leave on good terms with them.
Cool.
For sure.
Well, congratulations on that, my friend.
Thank you.
That's great. Very good. Well, on that note, Taylor, I got to let you go for the day. Yep. Taylor Baxter, City Administrator for the City of Farmer City, is my guest in studio for this morning. Again, the morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Network news comes your way next on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW.
The Big 1520 WHO